Take a moment to sit up tall just between your receiver's feet. You can bring your hands to center to ground yourself. Everybody, givers and receivers, can take a deep breath in to feel yourself expand. And exhale to feel yourself drawn down towards the center of the earth. Inhaling to fill up. Exhaling to relax into gravity. Givers, you can rub your hands together, bring a little warmth, and then settle your hands down on the bottoms of your receiver's feet, just sending your presence and a cooling, calming intention. Go ahead and scoop up the foot on your right and put it in your left hand. You're going to take your right hand to the back of the heel. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, lean back, traction the whole leg till the knee comes off the floor and turn the toes in to internally rotate the whole leg. I like to bring one foot up for this one. I feel like I have a little more leverage. Scoop up the leg on your left, put it in your right hand, hold the heel with your left hand. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, lean back, internally rotate and traction at the same time. Slide their feet out now to your shoulder width apart or a little wider. Come to hands and knees with your hands on the bottom of the feet. And with an exhale, pour your weight, shoulders over palms, into the bottoms of their feet. As you inhale, ease back. As you exhale, find a perfect fit with your hands and their feet as you pour shoulders over palms. Inhale, lean to one foot. Exhale, lean to the other. Get into a rhythm with your breath, taking genuinely a full inhale to pour your weight to one side and a full exhale to pour your weight to the other side. The slower you go, the more relaxing this will be for both of you. You can try turning your fingertips in towards the center for a slightly different fit of your hands with the feet. Receivers, little sign language. If it's ever too much for you, you're going to tap out, tap the mat. Why don't you go ahead and show your giver what that looks like right now. If you like what's happening, you can give us a thumbs up. And if you ever want more pressure, you can give us a come here, gimme, gimme gesture. Yeah. If they do want more pressure, you can try going onto your knuckles here. It's going to be a stronger tool. Oh, it's too much for him, so I'm going to go back to the palms. Try sending your focus to the outside edge of the foot, the pinky toe side of the foot. Walk your knees in a bit, release the weight from your hands, scoop the feet up, walk in a little further and take your knees wide, we call this a kneel diamond, and then let their ankles drape perfectly over the tops of your thighs so that their ankles are nice and supported. You're going to take your forearms and nestle them in right behind their heels into the bottoms of the calves. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, fold forward and relax the weight into your forearms. So I'm not pushing with my shoulders, I'm still kind of trying to draw my shoulders down my back. So my shoulders are relaxed, I'm not rounded over. As I inhale, I ease up, I move a little bit forward. As I exhale, I slowly pour. Follow your breath. Moving up, half an inch at a time. Make sure your hands are relaxed. As you get further up towards knees, you may find that you want to come up a bit so that you can keep a perpendicular pressure, so that your upper arms are perpendicular to their shins, their calves. When we get to the backs of the knees, we'll put a gentle pressure with the palms just in the backs of the knees, not really leaning weight, just sending some warmth. And then go ahead and slide the foot on your left back down to the floor. Pick up this foot on your right. We're just going to lift it up a little bit, and it'll automatically swing a little bit wider. The knee will swing out to the side. Just let it do that. You're going to stand up, and you're going to turn to the right. Take your left foot and snuggle it into their knee pit, right in the back of the knee, and then tuck their toes right around your shin. Heel toe your right foot a little further away so you're in a nice, easy lunge. And then as you exhale, you're going to pour your weight into that left foot. If their foot is not staying put, bring their knee out a little wider so that it stays hooked around you. As you inhale, you ease your weight to your right foot, shift your foot up 1/2 inch, exhale, pour. I'm not pushing with the leg, I'm just pouring my weight through the foot. You can take your hands behind your back to keep your own shoulders open. Inhale, ease back. Exhale, pour, walking up the hamstrings. Nice and slow. You can choose the spot that felt tightest to you. Come back to that spot and hang out there. You can give a little extra weight if you like by leaning your hands into your knee. And taking a couple breaths on this tight spot. On your next inhale, ease up. Scoop underneath the foot with your left hand. Right hand holds the heel. Come back to where you started. Traction the leg, turn the toes in, and replace it down on the ground. We'll pick up the foot on the left. Walk forward a little bit. Lift it up, let the knee come wide. Come to stand. Turn to your left. Snuggle the right foot so that the arch of the foot is over the thigh, and tuck their toes right around your shin. Heel toe your left foot a little further back so you have a more stable stance. Inhale, stand up tall. Exhale, bend the right knee and sink weight into the arch of the right foot. Notice my toes are free and they're relaxed. Inhale, shift your weight to the left foot, move the right foot up a little. Exhale, pour. Keep moving your way up with the breath, 1/2 inch at a time. You can take your hands behind your back to encourage your own upright posture if you like. Coming all the way up to where the thigh meets the butt, we call it the thut. If their foot really won't stay put, even when you take the knee wider, you can hold on to the toes. Then coming back down to whatever spot felt tightest and hanging out for a couple breaths. You can lean your hands on the knee for more weight if you like. And then inhale, easing back. Holding the foot underneath your right hand, coming back to where you started, holding the ankle, the heel with your left, leaning back to rotate the whole leg in and replace the foot. Bring yourself forward on hands and knees in this kind of funky little down dog type position, your feet between theirs, and then with an exhale, sink both your knees just above their knees, both your knees at the same time, into their hamstrings. You can walk your hands forward to make sure that your back has space. To relax, you keep a nice curve in your back. Receivers, you can let us know if you want more pressure. And if they say more, you can lift your feet to make your knees pointier. Aaron's happy where we are, so I'm going to stay here. Oh, he wants more, so I'm going to lift my feet. Just gives me more pounds per square inch. Inhale and let it go. Lift my knees both up at the same time. Move them up a tiny bit. And then sink my weight again. Play with lifting the feet to make more pressure through the knees. Inhaling to release, moving my knees up one more time all the way to the thigh. Almost everybody can take more pressure here, so go ahead and lift the knees up. And if they want even more, you can play with shifting your weight very slowly from one knee to the other. So you're not lifting a knee at either moment, but you're just giving a little more weight to one knee at a time by shifting your center over it. On your next inhale, gently release the feet to the ground. Walk them to the outside now. Depending on the torso length of your friend, you might want to walk your hands to above their shoulders. And now you're going to sink your knees into the tippy tops of glute mountains, right in the middle of the roundest part of the glutes. And lift your feet. Make sure that your hands are far enough forward that you can keep a little curve in your lower back. Relax your feet. Hands happy. Release the feet, lift the knees up, take your knees a little bit wider and higher, or lower and narrower. Trust your intuition about where your friend is storing their butt tension. Just moving slowly, allowing yourself to sink in as you go. Find one last spot. And then release both knees. Bring them back, feet to inside their calves. Sink your knees to the thigh again. And sit yourself back. You're going to take your hands wide like this, and your thumbs are going to rest on either side of the spine and the lower back. And we're not going to give a ton of pressure in the lower back because that can be tough for some people, but as you inhale, you're going to extend your spine. As you exhale, you settle your weight down so you can draw a little strength in your belly to send weight into your thumbs on either side of their spine in those nice ropey muscles. Inhale to ease up, walk the thumbs up a little. Exhale to sink in. Inhale to slowly release. Exhale to sink in. One more spot. And then as we get to this rounder part of the upper back, we're going to switch to hands in a butterfly shape, fingers turned out to the sides, heels of the hand on either side of the spine. Take a deep breath in here, and exhale, bring your shoulders over your palms, and slowly lean into your hands. Inhale to let them take a deep breath. Receivers, always feel free to turn your head if you need to change sides. Follow their exhale, and lean into the roundest part of the upper back. Inhale to ease up, move up a half an inch. Exhale, forward. And we're not going to go past this roundest part of the upper back, but we are going to make our hands into little hooks like this. And you're going to put those hooks on the tops of the shoulders and just sit back kind of like a child's pose and shift your shoulder down one at a time to draw their shoulders back towards you. Pull on those nice strong trap muscles towards yourself. Go ahead and brush down the back, let that go. Lift your knees. You're going to scoot this arm that's on your left all the way up by their ear. And if their head is not turned away from that arm already, you're going to turn their face away or ask them to turn their head away. Come back down to the feet. Pick up the feet. Walk yourself in. If your receiver has any lower back funk, you're just going to ask them to turn themselves over onto their back. If they don't, you can take your knees and snuggle them into their knees. So really squeeze their knees in. Don't move this knee. You're going to be tempted to, but don't do it. Take their feet, and you're going to make a little teeter-totter out of their shin, and your knee is the fulcrum. So you're going to go over, and magic, they just roll over. You're going to come back to the feet, and we're going to take the foot on the right, bring it up, put in your left hand, walk yourself forward, and step your left leg over their leg so that their leg can now rest on your thigh. I'm going to bring you for a different angle. So now we have their legs supported. You scoot yourself up far enough that you're comfortable. You can draw their arms back and just lean back to take their shoulders away from their ears. Release their palms up. Take your hands to their shoulders and then sweep down towards the chest to move any soft tissue out of the way. Then on an exhale, lean into one hand, shoulder over palm. And on an inhale, lean to the other. Finding slightly different ways that your hands can fit perfectly with their shoulders each time, moving with your breath. You're going to snuggle your forearms into that shoulder-chest junction that you just had your palms in. Take your hands around the back of the head so that your fingers land right where their head meets their neck. Inhale and extend your own spine. Exhale, settle your forearms down and traction their head away. Do it again. Inhale, extend your own spine. Exhale, settle down, traction the head away, and this time lean back and bring their chin towards their chest to stretch the back of their neck. Keep the traction as you release their head back down to the ground. Come back to palming either side of the chest. Give a little rock down the torso using your forearms as the tool so there's no ticklishness from your fingertips. And then find their ribs. You want your hands entirely on the ribs, not on the soft belly part, but on the bones. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you draw the ribs down in and down towards the floor. So it's like you're trying to tuck their ribs behind their belly button, as if you're like folding the flap of an envelope behind the belly button. Follow their breath. See them inhale. And then as they exhale, lean into nice soft palms and squish their whole diaphragm. One more, let them inhale. And then follow their exhale. Give a soft wiggle out of that. We're going to come all the way back. To the feet. And we'll finish by placing your fingertips, I'll show you on his foot, right here. Right between the ball of the big toe and the second toe, right where the arch of the foot meets the ball of the toe. It's kind of a magic little suction cup spot. You're going to let your middle finger or your pointer finger settle in that spot. Come back to our water meditation. Take a couple breaths. And then slowly release that contact point. You can shake off your hands. You can put your hands on the earth to give any tension you might have picked up back to Mama Earth for composting. And then thank your friend.